Hello and welcome to day 8 of this 30 days of ads in April. I hope this finds you well and that you and your family are very well and you're enjoying these 30 days of ads in April where we are just sharing everything we know about running Facebook and Instagram ads and building a business online, reaching more people every single day with your ads here with you over the next 30 days. If you've missed any of the past episodes, you can go to shineandsucceed.com/ads in April. Sign up to get access to all 30 days of content plus the freebies that goes along with that content. And at the end of the 30 days, you'll have your own little mini online course absolutely free where you can come back and choose the topics you want to learn that day. In day 8, we are going to talk about unlocking the full power of Facebook Live and how to use Facebook Live to build ads for your business that gets you in front of your ideal customer every single day, helps you reach new people, bring those people into your world, and starts a two-way conversation where your customer asks you for advice, asks you for help, and that eventually leads to them asking you to sell them something. Now, you already know the power of Facebook Live. I don't have to harp on about it. We see it everywhere. Facebook Live is absolutely the most effective way to create a two-way conversation with people on social media. The reason is because people are watching more video on Facebook Live now than they ever have been. They are more likely to engage, which means they're more likely to talk back to you. And that's the most important thing especially when you're just starting out in business and you need to tune into the needs of your ideal customer. You need to tune into hearing the real desires your customer has, hearing the words they use to describe their pain points and their passion points. Because once you can hear those words, you get to use that in your copy back to them and they go, wow, you've been in my head all along. And you kind of were in their head because you were listening and paying attention to when they were talking to you. So that means then that Facebook Live helps you find more of your ideal customers. It helps you build that two-way conversation with them, which gives you engagement, which if you've watched some of the other videos, you'll know the importance of engagement for the algorithm and to bring down your costs. Facebook Live is also a very easy way to create content without needing any fancy stuff. You just need an iPhone, a quiet room, and the sun. So your phone, good lighting that we all find for free from the sun, and a quiet room so that people can hear what you say. That's all you need. That is all you need to create an ad. How easy is that? Facebook Live builds audiences because more people watch and they engage and they come into your world and they fall in love with you and they want to learn from you. So how do you get started with Facebook Live? We're going to talk about 6 different things that you need to pay attention to. The first one is you're going to decide what your call to action is. Now, maybe you're thinking, hold up. The call to action is the last thing I want to think about, not the first thing. And you would be right. It is the last thing that happens on the video, but it's the first thing you need to think about. Because unless you have a clear direction of where you're taking your audience, you might go off on a tangent or you might start making it about you. That happens to me too. It happens to all of us. As soon as you feel a bit uncomfortable, you tell them a story that's all about you and it has nothing to do with your ideal customer. And what they really want is the thing that you're getting them to, the thing that you want them to download at the end of the video, or the thing that you want them to comment on or share a thought on or engage on at the end of the video. So start with the end in mind. Start by asking yourself, what is the action? What's the next thing you want people to do after they watch your video? And please don't think, well, I'm just going to make a video and I'm not going to have a next thing. You need to have a next thing, if only just so that you can start practicing asking people to take the next step. Because remember, everything in marketing is about driving people from one point in your funnel to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. And you got to ask people. If you don't ask, you're not going to get. So ask, think about your call to action and start there. Then we're going to pick one thing that you can teach your audience that's going to help them see that you are the right person who's going to get them the result and make them want more when you put the call to action in place. Then you're going to come up with a story that supports that problem, something they can associate with, a metaphor, or a story of something that happened to you or one of your clients or one of your customers. We connect with people on an emotional level when we tell them stories. We bring them in. So what happens when you tell them a story is they let their guard down, they come into your world, and they feel safe. And you've automatically started speaking to a different part of their brain that is that's a happy, positive, more emotional place where change can happen. That's the space in our heads where change can happen. Change doesn't happen on the rational level. It happens on the emotional level. So tell them a story. And then you are going to grab your phone, you're going to hit go live, and you are going to start talking. After you finish your video, we're going to do some small edits to that video, and I'll show you exactly what those are. And then finally, we're going to turn it into an ad. So let's talk a little bit about deciding what your call to action is. Your call to action can be a lead magnet that you want them to download. It can be a low dollar sale that you want them to purchase. Or it can be something as simple as, tell me in the comments, has this happened to you? Tell me about a time this happened to you. Try to be specific in your call to action. You always want to make it as clear as possible. So if it's a lead magnet, you might say, click the button below this video to get your insert amazing lead magnet now. Right? That is a very clear, very directional instruction. So make sure that you make it clear, make sure that you tell them exactly how to do it and be specific. So if I was going to add a call to action right here in this video, I would say, tell me in the comments, what is the one thing that you have learned from this session so far that you're going to do differently next time? See how it's really specific? Because I've given you a list of 6 things that you're going to do. And now I've said, which one of those things are you going to do right now? It's easy for our brains to go, oh, I'm going to choose the call to action one. That's the one I'm going to do differently. It's a lot easier when we are specific like that than when we go broad and we say, leave me a comment below and tell me what you think. It's too wide open. It's too broad. People they don't go there. They just don't think about it. Okay, so decide what your call to action is going to be. Then pick one thing you can teach your audience that will add value to them and help them so that they can get a small result, a small win while you're on the live video with them there. And that moves them to the next phase where you're going to do the call to action. So just pick something small. This doesn't have to be war and peace. It just has to be a change of mind. Or maybe it can be a formula that they can apply to their thinking in order to think differently about the thing that they're stuck with. Okay? Don't overthink it. Make it simple. Make it small. Just do one thing. We don't want the video to go for too long, so just choose one thing. You want to keep this video under 5 minutes. Then find a story that supports the problem that they have that you're about to solve for them. Now, I don't need to tell you how to tell a story. There's so many resources on that, and we're not going to cover that in this video. But I want you to think about who your ideal customer is, and what is a story from your life you can tell that they would both associate with you and or put themselves in your shoes, and where they would see how you had a similar problem to the one that you're solving with them. So remember, you want to be relatable to them. So find a story that, like, if you are, you know, if we teach people how to get started online, if I posted a picture of myself in front of a private jet with fancy cars and lots of jewelry, and like, you wouldn't associate with that necessarily. Not my ideal audience, definitely won't. And not that I have any of those things anyway, but you see what I'm saying? Like, for me, it might be a story about my kids, because my ideal audience tend to be mothers. It could be a story about traveling from Australia to the US to attend a conference, because a lot of my audience are in Australia and they can associate with the need to go to the US for all the online marketing conferences. So choose something that makes you relatable and makes them put themselves in your shoes and helps them see how they are going to, how that has been a problem for you too. The next thing is grab your phone and go live. Now, I'm not going to do a tutorial here on how to go live on Facebook. That is a conversation for another day. But you are basically going to create one headline, a brief hook, a brief reason why they should tune in and listen to you. And when you create that copy, make sure it entices curiosity. So you can use a question. Make sure that it is benefit driven, so they know exactly what's in it for them, and then invite them to join. And then for all the rest, you are just literally going to hit go live, and you are going to speak from your heart like you would with a friend and follow this simple structure. Now, I also have a gift for you. I have created the complete guide to scripting your video for Facebook ads. And at the end of this video, I'm going to tell you where you can grab that. Now, the last thing you're going to do is you are going to edit the post. So once you've gone live and you've hit the end broadcast button and you've had a lovely conversation with people on your Facebook page, you're going to go back to that post and you're going to hit in the corner, there's 3 little dots. If you click there, it'll give you the option to see edit post. You're going to go into that post, and the first thing you're going to edit is the hook. Because maybe in the hook you said, join me live. Now, if you turn that into a video, you don't want it to say, join me live. What you want is, you want to still have that hook that entices the curiosity, but then you want to elaborate just a little bit on what they're going to learn here. And you can use timestamps to say, at this time, I'm going to answer this question. At this time, I'm going to teach you this thing. But if it's a short video, you don't need to do that. Generally, just as long as you can entice people to want to watch more of the video. Just think about that, and think about the fact that now that the video has ended, you're speaking to replay viewers. You're no longer speaking to the live viewers. So edit that copy if you need to. The second thing you're going to edit is you're going to edit the captions. You can create captions for this video either by using the Facebook native captions tool. In my experience, those are computers that give you those captions, and you can edit it. It's time consuming to do that. And for someone with an accent like me, like the way they translate what I say, it's just very funny, the things they come up with that they think I said because of my accent. So I use rev.com, rev.com. You pay $1 per minute, and it is transcribed by a human who is trained to transcribe your videos. So they do a really good job. And if $1 a minute is outside of your budget, you can look at Temi. I think it's temi.net. I'm not sure. It's Temi something, T-E-M-I. If you Google Temi transcriptions, you will find it. And I think they charge $0.01 a minute, but it's a computer that does it. And then I suspect a human kind of goes over it really briefly, because it's a lot more accurate than the Facebook captions tool, but it's not 100% accurate. But it does make it a little bit easier when you're editing. The last thing you're going to edit is the thumbnail. Some people do not have autoplay in their newsfeed. So most people would be scrolling through the newsfeed, and when your video comes up, it would start to play automatically. That's fine. But for that brief second before it starts to play, you could just select a thumbnail where you're not pulling the most ridiculous face. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't have to be an overly pretty thumbnail. I used to create overly pretty thumbnails. Really does not matter that much. Just as long as you just go into the editor and just give it a little bit of thought there. The next step is turning your video into an ad. And clearly I cannot show you how to create an ad right here in this video. We are going to be here for a while. But what I do have is a free 5-day video training course that takes you step by step through from the beginning to the end, shows you exactly how to turn your video into an ad. And you can grab that by going to shineandsucceed.com/get my ad up. Get my ad up. Now, what happens next? So after this video, whether you're listening on the podcast or you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, wherever you're watching this, I have a little freebie for you that you can go and grab. And that freebie is the guide to scripting your high converting Facebook video ad. It takes you through the entire process from hello all the way through the story, the delivery of your content, through the call to action, and tells you exactly what to say. And I've even included a little swipe file from one of my video ads for you there. So you can go to shineandsucceed.com/ads in April. And then you're going to be taken to Kajabi, where you can find all of the content for this entire little period, this 30 days of ads in April. And when you find it there, then you will also get the guide to scripting your high converting video ad. Thank you so much for watching this. Thank you for listening. I trust that this is finding you really well. I hope you take care, and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye.